Okay, so this is how it all started. And originally I thought she was in the same camp that he was. It ended up that she wanted something more traditional. So that's the route we took. But those were the first ideas. And then she sent over a few inspiration pictures. So basically I took her to house after I got the first set of drawings, and we just kind of looked at different wine cellars. I came up with some and saved some images that we talked about. The customer may say, wow, that looks a little busy in the middle. Can we do something different? And she basically said, hey, I'd like to have these case storages here, out here. In the beginning, she thought she would like the soffit work done too, but her space was not as wide as the inspiration picture cellar. So we did away with the soffit work with the lighting and just did the flat crown. You see, I mean, it was just so super easy. Once a client loves a particular inspiration cellar, then it's definitely helpful to work with that client over the phone just to come up with a final design. We like to hit a home run from the get-go, but that hardly ever happens because it's kind of like an evolutionary process where I'll have a discussion with a client and then they'll talk on it over dinner or dream about different design change, and then we talk the next time. So changes will be made after they've thought about their collection and what they foresee, whether they want case storage or what have you. Those items, those things may change over the course of time, but they found pretty quickly that it's very important to figure all of that out before ordering the cellar or the racking. It really all depends on the size of the cellar, but it's not an overnight process, that's for sure. So I would say that 2 months is not out of control. The Rosewood Hotel in DC, that took 6 months. So Wolfgang Puck had their interior designers, their architects, everybody's got their own ideas, but just to get everybody on the same page, it takes time. And so just like with Miss Reed and then her architects, her interior designers, we all kind of had to come down to the same final design. So in the end, prior to ordering or finalizing the contract, a final sign-off is required. Originally, they wanted to put the through-the-wall unit into this area. That's where me being a wine cellar cooling representative of Wine Guardian and Whisper Cool, I'm able to size the appropriate unit for the room. So the through-the-wall unit wasn't large enough for the room. It didn't have enough BTU or capacity. So we ended up going with a ceiling mount 8000 Whisper Cool, which is mounted right in the center of the room. So it doesn't take up racking space or reduce bottle capacity or anything like that. With every wine cellar cooling recommendation, I'll run a cooling heat load calculation, which basically kind of verifies which type of unit that would be recommended. Shows all the indices of what needs to be considered on sizing the appropriate unit, down to including how many times the doors open per day on an average and how often the light is on. Everything's put into the calculation outside of just the length, width, height, and R value of insulation. So that's a little mechanical room, and it's got a boiler, it's got a hot water heater. So if there are any heated rooms adjacent to the wine cellar, it's real important that that gets notated. I think the temperature in there, she actually had, when I did the design consultation walkthrough, she had a thermometer in there and it was 98 degrees and it was 72 degrees in the living space out here in the wine cellar prior to it being built. So basically I recommended that they build this out 3 extra inches and put spray foam R31 value in there. Otherwise, that heated area may not allow the cooling unit in the ceiling to operate properly. This is a real unique design, a real favorite of a lot of my clients. As far as the process, it's just very important to first determine where and what size unit is going to be installed and how it's going to be installed, just so that you're not backtracking and spending money on placing the unit in the wrong area and decreasing the ability for capacity.